Something unusual has been happening around Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban in 2026, and fans around the world are starting to notice. For more than a decade, the relationship between Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban has been one of the most mysterious love stories in the entertainment industry. They rarely post about each other. They almost never give interviews about their relationship. And yet, their bond has quietly survived the chaos of global fame, world tours, and non-stop speculation. But recently, something has changed. Before we dive deeper into the latest developments surrounding Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban are still going strong in 2026? Or is there more happening behind the scenes? Stay with us, because what fans recently discovered might completely reshape the conversation. Bruno Mars is known for his electrifying performances, chart-topping hits, and an almost unmatched ability to dominate the music industry. From Just the Way You Are to Uptown Funk, Bruno has built a legacy that spans multiple Grammy Awards, sold-out tours, and a reputation as one of the most talented performers of his generation. But behind the flashing lights, the roaring crowds, and the global success, there has always been one constant figure quietly standing beside him: Jessica Caban. Jessica Caban first gained attention as a model and actress, building her own career in fashion and entertainment. Yet over the years, she has also become known as the longtime partner of Bruno Mars. The two reportedly met in New York in the early 2010s, and from that moment forward, their story slowly evolved into one of the longest-lasting relationships in modern pop culture. Unlike many celebrity couples who live their love stories in front of cameras, Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban chose a different path: privacy. And that decision has made their relationship even more fascinating. Because in the world of celebrity news, silence often creates louder speculation than headlines. Throughout 2025 and into 2026, fans began noticing subtle clues. Bruno Mars appeared increasingly focused on music projects, studio sessions, and rumors of new material circulating among industry insiders. His public schedule looked packed, with studio sightings and whispers of collaborations fueling excitement across the internet. At the same time, Jessica Caban seemed to maintain a relatively low public profile, continuing her work while rarely appearing alongside Bruno in public events. This combination sparked a wave of curiosity online. Were Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban simply protecting their privacy as they always have? Or was something else unfolding behind the scenes? Social media detectives began piecing together timelines, analyzing appearances, and comparing recent moments to the couple's past patterns. And that's where the story starts getting interesting. Because while public sightings became rare, insiders and entertainment circles continued to describe the relationship as stable and grounded. According to several entertainment commentators, the dynamic between Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban has always operated differently from the typical Hollywood relationship. Instead of constant public validation, the couple built their connection on independence and trust. Bruno Mars has spent years traveling the world, recording music, and performing for millions of fans. Jessica Caban, meanwhile, has maintained her own identity and professional life rather than becoming defined solely by her relationship with a global superstar. For many fans, that balance has become one of the most intriguing parts of their love story. But here's where the conversation takes an unexpected turn. In early 2026, a rare moment quietly caught the attention of entertainment watchers. It wasn't a dramatic public appearance. It wasn't a red carpet reveal. In fact, it was something far more subtle. A brief sighting that reminded fans that despite the silence, the connection between Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban might still be very much alive. The moment spread quickly through fan communities and entertainment blogs, reigniting debates that had been simmering for months. Some fans interpreted it as confirmation that the couple remained strong after more than a decade together. Others argued that the lack of frequent appearances still leaves plenty of unanswered questions. And that tension between certainty and mystery is exactly why the story continues to captivate audiences worldwide. Because in an era where celebrity relationships often play out like reality shows, the quiet nature of Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban's relationship almost feels unusual. There are no constant updates, No public relationship milestones broadcast across social media. Just occasional glimpses. Enough to remind fans that the story hasn't ended. And those glimpses have created a fascinating dynamic between fans, media, and speculation. Entertainment analysts point out that Bruno Mars has always been extremely protective of his personal life. Interviews about his music career are common, but discussions about his relationship rarely go beyond brief acknowledgments. Jessica Caban has taken a similar approach. Rather than feeding the celebrity news cycle, both appear comfortable allowing the relationship to exist outside of the spotlight. But ironically, that privacy has made their love story even more compelling. Because every rare appearance, every subtle moment, every unexpected sighting suddenly carries enormous weight in the eyes of fans. It transforms ordinary moments into major headlines. And that's exactly what happened again in 2026. As whispers of new music from Bruno Mars grow louder and industry insiders hint at possible upcoming projects, many fans believe the next chapter of his career may also reveal new insights into his personal life. Historically, Bruno Mars has poured pieces of his real experiences into his music. Songs about love, heartbreak, loyalty, and devotion have shaped much of his catalog, which raises an interesting possibility. Could Bruno Mars' future music reveal deeper reflections about his relationship with Jessica Caban? Some fans believe the answer could be yes. Others think the mystery will remain exactly as it has been for years. Private, quiet, and largely untouched by public pressure. Either way, the story of Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban continues to stand apart from most celebrity relationships. More than a decade after they were first linked together, the couple still manages to keep the world guessing. And maybe that's the secret. In an industry built on exposure, their decision to protect something personal might be exactly what allowed their connection to survive for so long. Whether they appear together publicly again soon or continue living their lives quietly behind the scenes, one thing is certain. The love story of Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban remains one of the most intriguing and mysterious relationships in modern entertainment. And as 2026 unfolds, fans everywhere will be watching closely for the next clue. Because sometimes the quietest stories end up being the ones that last the longest. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban will finally step into the spotlight together again? Or will they continue protecting their private relationship the way they always have? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like. And yet, just when fans think they understand the dynamic between Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban, another layer of the story begins to emerge. Because relationships that last more than a decade in the entertainment industry are extremely rare. The pressure of fame, constant travel, media scrutiny, and the unpredictable rhythm of celebrity life has ended countless high-profile romances. But somehow, the connection between Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban has continued to move forward quietly, almost invisibly. That alone raises an important question many fans are now asking in 2026. What exactly is the secret behind their long-lasting relationship? Some industry insiders believe the answer lies in the way Bruno Mars separates his professional life from his private world. On stage, he becomes the global superstar, energetic, charismatic, larger than life. But outside the spotlight, people who have worked closely with him often describe a very different personality. Focused, reserved, protective of the people closest to him. And Jessica Caban has been part of that inner circle for years. Friends of the couple have occasionally hinted that their relationship was never built on the flashy Hollywood lifestyle. Instead, it developed through everyday moments away from the cameras, quiet dinners, private celebrations, and long stretches of normal life between Bruno's tours and recording sessions. That balance may explain why the relationship has managed to survive so many different phases of Bruno Mars' career. Because when Bruno Mars first exploded onto the global music scene, everything changed almost overnight. Suddenly, he was performing in arenas around the world. His songs dominated radio stations. Awards, interviews, and international tours filled his schedule. The spotlight surrounding him grew brighter every year. For many relationships, that level of sudden fame can create enormous strain. But Jessica Caban remained in the picture. And over time, fans started to notice something interesting. Whenever Bruno Mars spoke briefly about love in interviews, his words often carried a tone of deep appreciation for stability and loyalty. He rarely shared details, but the message between the lines seemed clear. His personal life mattered deeply to him. That brings us back to the present moment in 2026. Because as Bruno Mars reportedly continues working on new music, the conversation about his personal life is beginning to rise again. Entertainment blogs, fan communities, and social media discussions are once again asking whether Jessica Caban might play a role in the next chapter of his journey. And this is where the mystery becomes even more intriguing. Unlike many celebrity couples, Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban have never relied on public appearances to prove their relationship. There have been very few red carpet moments over the years, very few joint interviews, very few social media displays. Instead, the relationship seems to exist mostly in the background of Bruno's life. Quiet, stable, unshaken by public expectations. But in the age of digital culture, that kind of silence almost invites curiosity. Fans search for clues. They analyze timelines. They examine every rare sighting or mention. And every so often, those small details spark huge conversations across the internet. For example, whenever Bruno Mars releases a song about love or devotion, fans immediately begin speculating about the inspiration behind the lyrics. Some listeners believe certain emotional themes reflect moments from his relationship with Jessica Caban. Of course, Bruno himself rarely confirms those theories, which only adds another layer of intrigue, because music has always been one of the most personal ways artists express emotions they may never discuss publicly. And Bruno Mars has built a career on crafting songs that feel deeply authentic and emotionally powerful. So when new music eventually arrives, many fans will undoubtedly listen closely, not just for the sound, but for the story hidden within the lyrics. And that possibility has created enormous anticipation. Could 2026 become the year when Bruno Mars reveals a new emotional chapter through his music? Or will he continue protecting the privacy that has defined his relationship for so long? At the same time, Jessica Caban continues to live a life that appears intentionally grounded. Despite being connected to one of the world's